Hey, I'm Jay Dudley. I I still gotta answer and respond to some of these messages. People that have been around me for years, for decades, for known me the majority of my life and seen the transitions and the evolutions of who JA is. Uh, like some people would knew me as an atheist or agnostic, and some people knew me as a Christian way back when. Uh, they People would always have these different assumptions based off of the conversations that we would have instead of asking me uh, what it is or where my mindset is. uh, People message now like, "Oh, seeing this grand transition, but you're a non-believer." Well, I think that looking back at things, I was always a believer. However, I did not see the benefits or understand the benefits of understanding the word that the Father put out for me. Like when I was young, I wanted to. I looked at the path of becoming a minister. I was going down that path, going down that path, and when I had those questions, it was like those questions about why doesn't this make sense from this part of the book, the New Testament, and when I wasn't looking at the whole thing as one book of work, because without the Torah and the Old Testament, the New Testament doesn't make any sense. So when I would talk to ministers, they wouldn't have any answers for me. Then when I started studying and researching other religions, other thought patterns, other belief systems, and realized that it's not that people believe differently. Well, no, they believe differently, they worship differently, but they are trying to get to the same goal. And how did their pathway become a reality for them or open for them to be able to walk down this path? Who before them started carving that path, giving them that opportunity to believe in something greater than them? Even as a agnostic, you still believe in something greater than you, but it is unexplainable in that you have the power to create and destroy. Well, in the word, it tells you that you have that power to create and destroy. The Father made you in His image, giving you that power to create and destroy, but many people just wash that away. They forget about it. They don't appreciate that. They don't strive to become better, to have that greatness. So then, while you're on this path and this journey and you are communicating with people while you're trying to find and understand why you're doing this, why you are trying to, I wouldn't say be against the Father, but trying to make sure for yourself that that is the way, the truth, and the life. Like you really can't explain it any other way. You try and put these labels on it, like atheism or agnosticism, or just trying to look within yourself to guide you to what it is that you need to do and become. I, I think back to when my grandmother was alive. She would tell me, like, wow, you being a agnostic, well, she didn't understand what agnostic was. So I would just say atheist. She was like, well, you are the most Christian atheist that I know. You are more Christian than the people that I go to church with, because they are not living that life. They are not trying to find purity in life. They are just going through the motions because they think that's what they're supposed to do. They're not living it. They talk about it. They tell other people about it, but they're not doing it. That's the difference. So when people nowadays will say, well, I thought you weren't religious. I'm still not religious. I read the word and I emulate my life based off of that. I eat clean. I pray. I follow the laws so that not so I can win a prize, but I see the benefits that come from it. There's so many joyous occasions that you realize, wow, because I am following the word, things are going right. There's less stress in my life, and I don't have to worry because the Father has my back. Like, what else is that? When I was an agnostic, I put all of that weight on my shoulders, trying to figure out how I can build myself up to not have any fear, not have any doubt, any any remorse in what I did. I tried to live to the best of my ability to stick to my word. Oh, now my word comes from the word. That's pretty much it. So I don't know why the evolution of myself, if you've known me for so long, you know it's not a sharp turn with the things that I do. It's like a ship. You just turn the wheel a little bit, and over time you'll still have consistency, but the direction that I'm going is a little bit different. Like, I've wanted to live in the country since 1986. It's nothing different. It just took some time for that ship to go in a different direction. Been wearing cowboy hats for years. Like, oh wow, look, you're wearing a cowboy hat now. Like, where were y'all at in the late 2000s? Where were y'all at in the early 90s? You remember when I had the Super Ho Ford Taurus SHO? I think I can still find the one picture of me. Did I have on coveralls? Not the coveralls. The one that's sleeveless. I had on overalls and a straw hat. That's how I used to rock. Listening to Master P, No Limit, Down South music, Outkast. Everybody was listening to Pac and Biggie. I couldn't stand listening to that. But Nothing's changed. It's just turning a little bit. I've always made sure that I spoke clearly so people, not only so people can understand me, so I don't have to repeat myself. Be verbally assertive. Thanks, Coach Feldon, for that from high school football. So if you hear me talking loud or pronouncing my words very forcefully, I want it to impact you so you can hear, understand, and feel what it is that I'm thinking and not have to say, hey, can you repeat yourself? Because I'm mumbling or I'm not making eye contact. I'm looking off someplace else. I'm playing on my phone. No, I'm giving you my undivided attention so that you can understand who I am without question. You can say 10 years ago, no, that's exactly who he was. You can say 20 years ago, no, that's exactly who he was. It's a little bit over here. But now that he turned a little bit, it's just a slight shift of where he's going. There's not much difference. He would say the same thing to you then that he would now. When he was a non-believer, an agnostic, what was he doing? Challenging people for what they said that they believed and strengthening their belief in it. My mother was questioning her belief. So I dove into the Word and got her to strengthen her belief in the Father. Other people around me, they were questioning themselves. Like, well, if you say that you really believe it, this is what you should be doing. You should dive into the Word and live your life as close as you can to that Word. People don't have that strength, that heart to be able to walk like Yeshua did. Or you might call them by some Romanized or weird flip of his name and call him Jesus, but his name is Yeshua. So nothing has changed. I didn't just become religious. I've been taking in information from all over so that I could be sure. And when I say that I believe, I can't be challenged or questioned. Oh, why would you do something like this if you're a believer? Try me. What have I done that I wouldn't be able to stand in judgment? There's nothing you could question me on. I'm always working to purify myself. Not so that I could stand above everyone else. No, so that I could lead by example. If it works leading by example for people that is watching this, cool. However, my main focus are my two sons. I have to be the example for them so that they are not a problem for someone else. That's what I don't want. I don't want my mistakes, my faults to fall on them because I wasn't good enough. I always have to strive to be better because if they continue to see me evolve, they will know it is a high bar for them to match. I have to instill that strength, that determination, that passion in them so that they can always desire to be better, to want to learn more. To understand the Father's voice when he's speaking to you, to read the word, to find some shalom. To mirror the image of the Creator as they were created to be. So, if you have any thoughts, questions, wonder how I started correcting that ship, just ask away. People change. People change their outward presentation. I've been consistent. I have been consistent. And no matter what, have stood strong with any nonsense coming my way. Be happy. Train hard. Understand violence. Pray. And listen to the Father. Shalom.